Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jesse, your DM.
Cody playing Lazarus.
Brennan playing Diz.
Mike playing Nim.
Britt playing Kenna.
And we are Double Doubles and Dragons. We're a group of goofy Canadians that have gotten together to play a little D&D. Sometimes we will say things that are inoffensive. We mean them as jokes, of course, and they're certainly funny to us, but some people may find this offensive. If you do, we apologize, but we don't want any hate mail about it. So just don't listen, okay? Let's jump right into the action. All right, everybody, welcome back. So, really quick recap. The party has escaped from Wallace's house again. This time with the rest that they could get of the Fabergé eggs in tow, and it has been tucked away into their bank vault. And you guys are still in there right now, but I think the plan was to move out of there pretty quick. And Lazarus went on a shopping trip and has just been kind of relaxing with Lil at the bar and just kind of chilling, having a good time.
It's been a long time since any of us has been hanging around Will and didn't need something, so...
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm sure Lil's appreciating the conversation.
Also, somewhere in there, does the flowers come up? Are they okay?
Are the flowers okay? Yeah, I think they're fine.
Okay, otherwise, I got plant growth now, so... Fix their flowers after they got defecated on.
Alright, so, the three of you that are in the vault, what's the plan?
Leave the vault.
Okay.
After we centralize everything in there, I guess, bail. Go to back to Lil's?
No, I don't think we should go directly back, because if we're being tracked, I think we should go elsewhere first.
But there's
I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just get it for her.
Yeah, so Nim's eyes glaze over, and he begins detecting magic. Not a big surprise, there's a lot of magic in the room. I mean, it's kinda seems like a pocket dimension to a certain degree, so yeah, there's a fair amount of magic in the walls, and especially in the door. But on, yourselves, not a whole lot. At least nothing that looks overtly dangerous. Mostly just leftover magical leavings from all the spells you cast on each other lately.
Okay.
There's nothing on the eggs?
You look at the pile of eggs, and there is, not magic cast on them, but there is, the leavings of magic on them. At some time, they probably had magic cast on them. But if you had to make a guesstimate, Nim's getting pretty good at this. The magic on them probably disappeared a day or two ago and is just dissipating.
Okay. All right. I'll let everyone in the know on this. So
we should be safe.
Seems like it.
Back to Lil's.
I guess so. I'm hungry. I could go for some dinner.
So you are going to teleport straight back to Lil's?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So everybody touches the... just make a little note here. So yeah, everybody, you all touch your rings and you teleport back. You guys took a little while to inventory the eggs and stuff like that, so I assume your pass without trace and invisibility is off. Mm-hmm. Unless you're recasting it before you teleport, that's up to you.
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So you each into the farming rung. Lazarus, you probably don't see them. I suspect you're inside with Lil. However, somebody sees you. Yep. As all three of you appear, you all kind of do that look around, make sure nobody's around. A shadowy figure steps out from behind one of the buildings and just fleeing from something.
Do we recognize the voice?
You do. It sounds a lot like Lance.
Lance, is that you?
Yes! It is of course I.
We never flee from anything.
But you're looking around so nervously.
Because there's a voice talking to us.
But never mind. Anyway, I've come to check in to see if you're ready to use my services.
I think we should be shortly.
Yes, very
in
soon.
In the morning, maybe?
We need a bit of rest first from our exercise.
Rest! That seems fair. Very well. I will return in the morning. Perhaps get some of Lil's delicious breakfast.
I don't think that's possible.
Yes, you're right. Her breakfast is terrible.
Oh my gosh.
I'll have to go somewhere else for breakfast. Very well, then. I will see you all in the morning.
See you later, Lance.
See you later. And he just kind of, like, wanders off. He doesn't even teleport out. He just wanders away.
Just aimless.
Like, off into a field somewhere. He's a strange fellow. All right. I assume you guys go into the bar and such. So, Lazarus, you're just kind of chilling there, talking with Lil at the bar, I imagine, so she can kind of keep doing her stuff. And just the doors swing open, and there is your 3 compatriots. They might look a little guilty.
Okay.
Like,
the first thing I was going to say, I'm like, face check.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Nim can probably keep shit pretty good in check, but I feel like Kenna looks super guilty about something, and I feel like Dis has this smile on his face, like, oh yeah, we got the eggs.
I suppose I'll just look at them, and then just, like, go back to the bar.
Yeah, I'd say Lil as well, just kind of, like, looks over and, like, just kind of gauges each of your facial reaction, just slides 3 drinks across the bar.
Just what I needed. Do you have any of that blue stuff, Lil?
I may be able to find a little lying around. Rough night?
It was exciting.
Do you want a blue one?
Yeah. Was that dragon's breath?
Yeah. Do you want a blue one, Nim?
Sure.
We can afford it.
Is it the type of exciting I should be concerned about
No.
as your handler?
It was a great night. We just need to celebrate.
I feel like she, like, leans over the counter and is just like, Lazarus?
Lazarus is just like,
Something I should know?
Lazarus knows nothing.
He's not wrong. He doesn't know anything.
All right. Well, let me get the dragon's breath then. And she just kind of wanders back into the kitchen. Leaving you, for the time being, not alone, there are obviously other patrons, but alone at the counter. So if you want to discuss anything with Lazarus while you have a moment to
I
yourselves.
suppose, like, he just, like, looks over at all of them and just raises one eyebrow.
Does where, like, you're, like, starting to drink, but then one eyebrow goes up, like, So, Lazarus, how was your day?
Fruitful. How was yours?
Also fruitful.
I'm sure there are other details that'll have to come up later.
Lazarus, what's your passive perception? 16? Do I have that right?
Yeah, it should be updated.
So you notice that Dis's clothes are covered in dirt of some kind, probably from sliding across the floor. But otherwise they seem fine.
Suppose Lazarus will get the rest later.
I don't know if you need to get anything.
The story, kinda.
I don't know if you need to get anything.
It was,
Well, we're going to intentionally leave them out now, are we?
No. The
Wow.
less you know, the better for you.
They put you on the need to know basis.
So we've come to this finally.
All right, drinks come out. We remember how Dragon's Breath works.
You put it in the beer.
You put it in the beer unless you want to die.
Nim.
I don't want to die this time.
Yeah, Nim, are we drinking straight again?
How much does it cost?
Let's see, for the drinks and the Dragon's Breath, Lil does mention it's a little more expensive right now, so she'll grab 30 in total.
30 gold?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, she says Dragon Breath is getting a little rare right now.
why is it getting rare right now?
I'm not sure, to be honest. It sounds like one of the areas where it was being refined has been shut down temporarily due to some sort of investigation.
Do you know where it was being refined before?
We're all just
I'm
drinking
not sure, to be
alcohol made
honest.
from the blue powder.
It's just delivered to me.
We totally are.
Now there's a link between the dragon's breath and the blue powder.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh well.
Made out of blue dragon.
Thanks for that.
Didn't think it was weird. You haven't seen it.
Ah.
I mean, there's a lot of curiosities there.
Jesse always has a plan. You've been
Also-
eating the blue dragon.
You're just
bones.
carpeting me, grinding them up into chili, and feeding it back to me.
Do you like it? Do you like it, Lazarus?
Tell me you like it, Lazarus.
Does it taste familial?
So I need the Constitution saves for drinking it. As intended from everybody, I assume, so no disadvantage. Do we ever recorded the first time you guys tried
don't think
dragon?
so.
I don't.
Yeah.
Was it recorded?
Yeah, everything in the Stronghold's been recorded.
Oh.
Well, except for that first trial,
Yeah.
where you guys like figure out if you're allowed to join or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
past that has been
Okay.
recorded, though.
Can I also order dinner when there's a chance?
Absolutely. Dinners right now. She's still not like completely covering your dinners, but every once in a while she throws you a bone.
Also, suppose, do we, because we owe her for rooms now, right?
Yes.
So we probably owe her something for the extended use of the basement and all that shit.
Yes, I've just been taking it out of the amount that you earn during exam
perfect.
time so that you guys don't have to worry about it.
Alright.
It's not anything huge.
More to make sure we're not just dicking over a little here.
No, you wouldn't want to do that.
Well, somebody might.
Okay, so how did everybody's constitution go?
20.
20.
9.
Okay.
19.
21.
Okay. So
Sorry, Dan.
everybody drinks their blue nightmare fuel, and you're all, I mean, we've been over this. You're pretty drunk. The three of you that rolled well basically jump from stone cold sober to like that just past pleasant feeling of being drunk where your mouth starts to get really dry and, so you jump a little past the delightfully tipsy and a little more into the, Jesus, is it 3 a.m. already? Nim, on the other hand, mostly due to his size, is just a little bit worse off. Thankfully, nowhere near as bad as the first time you tried this stuff. But nevertheless, you slip from stone cold sober to, your mother was a fucking dragonborn.
And Lazarus is just like, yeah, she was.
Then Nim's just like, ha!
Excellent skills of detection, Master Nim.
Maybe it wasn't a good idea for me to drink. Looking around, is there any guys with chainmail?
Oh no.
They're all wearing chainmail.
We're in the firing round. No chainmail, please.
Blissfully no.
Am I gonna just are you rolling luck every time we're here to see if a challenger approaches?
Every time you ask.
I'm gonna drink more then.
Be like, no chainmail guys. I'm gonna drink till I see a chainmail guy.
Nim said everybody's wearing chainmail.
To be fair, you did challenge that dude.
That's true. I'm waiting for him to show up.
Just open the doors. Coward! Just scream out to nobody.
We're like
Well,
barely
after
able to hold him
check,
up,
that
and
might
he's
happen.
just like screaming obscenities.
I feel like all of that may have actually happened.
See, we're not sure because it's the next day already.
That's right. That's right. You're not sure. That's what Dragon's Breath does.
To give the DM an opportunity for this, I will take another drink.
Okay. Dis is like, you know what? I'm pretty drunk, but I'm not start a bar fight drunk.
To be fair, he did that when he was entirely sober.
Well, yeah.
And honestly, I mean, we just made away with like 20,000 gold worth.
You're feeling
It's
pretty lit,
celebration
I
time.
think, overall.
The adrenaline's still going.
All right, go ahead. Do another. And then mark off the gold.
You didn't take it from the guild bank, right?
No.
Just
no.
from our personals.
Yeah.
Alright, ready. And this is 10 a pop or 30 a pop?
10.
10 a pop, okay. So I would, 8, 9, 8.
Okay, and then Constitution save. In the meantime, so all of you are drunk at this point. You've all picked a table, you've gotten food. It's a little bit later now, like Dis is taking a second drink and it's gotta be getting close to midnight. The bar isn't emptying out so much, but like groups are forming and you've just been kind of left to your own devices in the corner. So anything you want to talk about, you feel reasonably confident you won't be overheard. Or as reasonable as you can be when you're drunk. In the meantime, Dis is like, I'm gonna have another round. So how do you do?
11.
Okay, so Dis goes from, wow, my mouth is super dry version of drunk, straight to can't find the bathroom drunk. Now, he doesn't
Why did you
pee
move the bathroom?
in the inn, but he does go pee outside, where I assume you're mumbling something loudly about chainmail guys.
Oh, yeah, of course. 100%.
Probably while peeing.
Yeah.
Like,
this is where he
just
rides.
just zipping your leg. Those fucking chainmail guys. Just peeing with no hands against the building.
And then, like, right at the end, someone behind him just goes,
Holy shit, spin around.
it's just a chainmail, dude.
Okay, so, as Lazarus so helpfully pointed out, this is all the next morning now. So you're not 100% sure what happens. But Dis does feel like he remembers peeing outside, and then shit-talking people that wear chainmail, and then somebody clearing their throat behind him, and he whipped around and peed all over them. But he has no idea what happened after that.
When I wake up in the morning, are my hands like covered in blood or something? Do I have to
Your
explain?
face is covered in blood.
Oh my god!
No, so here's the situation. You all wake up the next morning, and I've just done a couple of rolls. Dis, you're hungover, as one does. You get up, your head is throbbing, it's awful. Overall, you're not blood covered, although your hands are really dirty. Like really dirty, like just covered in soil. And you're kind of like, huh. In the meantime, because you're all down in that basement, one room over is Nim's room. Nim wakes up, but he's not in his room. He kind of like looks around and the sun is a little bright.
He's buried up to his head outside in the
He is. He's in somebody's garden, buried up to his head in the soil.
What have I done?
He's a vegetable.
Oh man.
Kenna wakes up in her room, hungover, but more or less seems fine.
Put in a room.
Put in my room.
Lazarus, you wake up, and you're not as hungover, mostly due to your size and the fact that you only had one drink. However, you have vague memories of the night before of just some weird shenanigans going on, because you were kind of the soberest. You distinctly remember at some point somebody screaming, "Well, if I'm a vegetable, somebody better put me in the ground." You also vaguely recall... You also vaguely recall Kenna walking around the bar from person to person, going, "Are you wearing chainmail?" And then when they shook their head, she's like, "You shouldn't wear chainmail. There's this guy," and she just kept telling everybody that there was this dude looking for chainmail people.
Oh my god.
The last memory you have, and unfortunately, as you open your eyes and flutter and the birds sing, you look to where you've stored your clothing for the night, and there is a huge stain on the front of the sash that you'd gotten.
Oh.
And there's just this big stain in the middle.
What kind of
is it like alcohol?
Vomit.
You can sniff it if you like. Yeah, roll a perception check.
Okay, just smell vomit. Somebody else's vomit. Perception?
Yeah.
Passive.
Okay, so you kind of get up there and you're like, "Oh, God, please, no." You kind of get in there and you... When did I pee myself?
Oh, me! I was the one that caught behind this. God
Lazarus!
So yeah, that's how everybody wakes up.
Don't worry, Nim will clean for you.
Wait, where did I wake up again?
You're in your room.
Oh.
You've just got dirt all over your hands.
I'm professional drunk.
So we have no idea where Nim
Do I
is.
remember? It's like he remembers turning and pissing on somebody, but do
Yeah.
I remember being pissed on? Or
You like at first you're kind of like, "I didn't pee myself," and then you remember Dis peeing on you.
so like the first thing they just hear is everybody's coming awake. It's just Master Dis.
You also distinctly remember that after peeing on you,
Oh, yeah.
Dis turned around and was like, "Don't worry, my musk attracts females," and just walked away. Probably to go bury Nim somewhere.
A job to do.
There's a drow.
Why are you yelling so early in the morning?
I just kind of like leave it there. I'm just like, no, later.
If I lesser rested myself, does it take the hangover away?
I think we talked about this before, and yes, I think
What's
so.
that lesser resto? Okay, yeah.
It was lesser
rest.
rest.
I can still...
Because your laying on hands has a restorative effect.
So you don't have to cast it. You can just cast Lazarus.
Okay. I'll go to Lazarus.
Everyone's just like, Lazarus.
Lazarus, we're drunk.
Can you help with the hangover?
Very well, Kenna.
Ibuprofen, Lazarus.
I will say, as the two of you hungoverly stumble out of your room with Dis a couple of minutes behind, mostly because I feel like he's washing his hands, because I feel like if Dis woke up with hands that look like he had just buried somebody, he's not coming out with that evidence on his hands.
They're gonna be the cleanest.
Dis is definitely the kind of guy that's like, I might have murdered and buried somebody. Well, better wash my hands.
Gotta cover my tracks.
Mary, by the way, is just having a hoot as the three of you come out. She's laughing her ass off at how drunk ass you all came down the...
Oh no, what happened last night?
Well, Lazarus can certainly tell some things happened.
I want to know what Mary can tell us.
I know I peed on Lazarus. I knew I turned around.
You know you peed on somebody.
Okay.
That's all you've got. So Mary's just kind of like, well, so you all came back for the night one at a time, except Nim. I haven't seen Nim yet.
Oh, dear.
At all. But, Lazarus came in first, saying he was done with getting peed on.
Oh, no.
And then he went to bed. And then a little while later, Dis came in and just was staring at his hands the whole time, mumbling something about murdering somebody, and then went to bed.
Oh, no.
And all of us just get like...
And then Kenna came in last and, like, stood at the top of the stairs and was like, that's right, Kenna's hot. And then fell down the ladder. But she seemed okay, so I put her in bed.
Well, thanks. Why were you awake?
Well, it was hard not to be.
That's fair.
That would make sense.
So
Has anyone seen Nim?
Yes,
And
let us go find
Oh,
We're all in
check
here,
his
right?
breath.
Yeah, you're all in there except Nim.
The second that it was mentioned that Nim didn't come back, and that I mentioned murdering people, I would have like slipped out of the room really quick into a corner and be like, Nim, are you there? Nim, are you
You
alive?
can't ask him his ring.
There's no response because he can't get to the
Oh
ring.
my god! I'm gonna just be like, I'm gonna like run back in. It's probably before Mary even finished the thing. And I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go look for Nim. And I'll just
Why?
run out.
Can you sense how worried he is?
I mean, he seems a little
I'd
panicked.
be like,
do you think he did what he thinks he did?
I'm not sure. I gotta go.
I'll go help look.
I'm gonna run. Based on my hands,
We're in the farming run.
Yeah, that's the
Literally could
problem.
have buried him anywhere.
I want to go look at the flower patch, I suppose, that was pissed or shit on before. Wait, actually,
Buried with the begonia.
So, like, now that this conversation is going on,
I
you
should've-
get that memory of of Nim yelling out that he was going to be
Yeah,
vegetable?
you definitely remember Nim taunting somebody to bury him.
Oh, wait, Lazarus. Was there something about Nim becoming a vegetable?
Do I remember any of this?
Roll a history check.
I wasn't super wasted. Just mostly. I don't know anything.
No, you don't.
Oh, wait. I have a +7. 12.
You vaguely recall Nim saying something about becoming a vegetable.
Perhaps.
can I do a history check?
You can try.
I'm assuming disadvantage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. two dragon's breaths in. That's disadvantage.
Aww. I was hoping for a 19, 20.
I'm surprised you're alive if you had 2 dragon's breaths.
I am too, actually. 12.
Okay.
Wow.
You also have a vague recollection of Nim saying he wanted to be buried. You also have this weird, like, half-shot memory of being like, no, this won't work. there's not enough nutrients. And then, like, a couple of minutes later, being like, no, this won't work. Not brown enough soil. And, like, just getting really picky about it.
I think I did. Oh god, I'll be right back. I want to run to, the flower bed that was shit on by Lance.
So,
this lines up.
You run out.
Follow him.
Okay. You run out to where you know Lance had an emergency bathroom break. Nim is not there.
Oh no.
Nim, so you woke up buried to the neck in dirt, which had all night to settle. So you're kind of stuck there. The only reason you woke up was because there's a goat actively chewing on your hair.
My hat's gone?
Yeah, your hat is gone.
Otherwise, we could see you still.
Now, it's up to you how you want to deal with this, but you are about one field over from where Nim and Kenna are right now. You can you can just see them on, like, the other end of this field, searching around some bushes where you are definitely not. But it's up to you what you want to do. You're currently just a head being nibbled on by a goat.
Just cast minor illusion, makes his head a cabbage. Makes it hard to find him.
Can I check around the flower bed that I'm looking at right now for any markings that, for my little memory of, this wasn't good enough, or like I may have...
Sure. Yeah, do a survival check.
Oh, that's not gonna help. 7.
Okay. So you're, like, looking around for tracks, but there's just way too many tracks. Like, somebody, like, just stomped all over this area with these bushes. You're pretty sure some of those footprints are yours. Like, now that you're seeing it, you remember being like, it'd be really funny to bury Nim where Lance took a shit. And then just being like, nah. And leaving, but, like, that's it.
Damn.
Where did you bury him?
I have no idea.
How deep did you bury him?
We
did.
My hands are pretty dirty.
Oh my god.
No.
I help him.
Alright, so now they're screaming for you.
Nim, are you alive?
I'll respond. I'll be like, I'm over here!
You would hear him, for sure.
Run over.
Guess I run over.
Yeah, the goat, seeing you run over, just kind of panics and runs away. But yeah, he seems okay.
Wait, I think we need to get a Lazarus to see him.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Are you hurt?
Hey there.
Just my pride.
You're shorter than last, remember you?
Could you get me out of here?
But you're a vegetable now. That's what you always wanted to be.
You asked for it.
I clearly remember that.
That's a bald-faced lie.
I start digging about a little bit, but I go pretty slow.
Okay.
Just in case Lazarus shows up.
Well, somebody could just talk to Lazarus and tell him to come out here.
Lazarus? Agent Lazarus?
Yes, Kenna.
Can you come meet us in the field behind the begonias? There's something you gotta see.
Very well. You shall come up.
Run fast.
I want to look around for Nim's hat.
Okay, do a perception check.
Because that was pretty obvious that it would be missing. God damn. Passive 16.
Okay. So, Lazarus, you come up out of the basement, and you come around to where they are, and in the meantime, Dis is looking for Nim's hat. You come around, and you see Nim, just the head, as, like, everybody's kind of slowly digging him out. But also, you're the one that finds the hat. Because you got to go directly to where he was, instead of kind of doing this circuitous route. Mm-hmm. And as you're walking towards where Nim has been buried, there are these shrubs that somebody has put up rather decoratively, and one of them just has Nim's hat on it, and part of Nim's coat has been, like, wrapped around it. And then somebody has, with their finger in the dirt, wrote, "The new, better Nim."
Lazarus is just like, yeah, what did we get up to? I just kind of like hand wipe out the writing?
Now, I wouldn't have seen this.
No.
Is there any way Lazarus recognizes who may have written this based on the handwriting?
It's up to him if he wants to get that specific.
Well, it's pretty easy. One's in the ground. It was either a male or female writing.
Yes. It definitely looks like male writing.
I just get rid of this for now.
There's no way Dis would remember this.
But yeah, so you come up to Nim and you do have his coat and his hat.
Well, look at you, Master Nim. Are you fancying a turnip?
I think he looks more like a carrot myself.
I'd be green on top if I was a carrot.
You've just been pulled out a little bit.
He's obviously not ripe, yeah, we need to leave him.
If it makes you feel better, Master Nim, your coat and hat are safe.
Oh,
That's
thanks. I was really worried about that. I thought one of the goats got my hat.
Goats?
Yeah, there's a goat here that just ran off. Look at it. This is probably still, like, visible to us.
Mhm.
Let's point at it.
That explains the goat look.
Wait, did it eat any of Nim's hair?
More just like licked it into a weird shape.
You just get that.
Because he was planted around other vegetables, so...
His cow lick is now a goat lick.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's.
I suppose, have we got him out now?
Yeah.
Cabbages.
Ah.
I love these.
Somebody probably had a joke about, like, head of cabbage, but nobody remembers.
I guess speed up the digging out of Nim a little bit more. We have made fun of him appropriately.
I mean, I can
Once we get his
shape
hands up, you just...
Yeah, you guys eventually pick Nim.
Well, that was fun.
Now you know what the vegetables feel.
Did you have a good night's sleep at least?
I don't remember.
How are you feeling?
Ironically, he didn't wake up with much of a hangover. It must have been the morning vague starshine.
He was absorbing nutrients from the ground.
Photosynthesis, he feels all better.
It's a good thing Dis was so specific about the nutrients.
You're welcome.
So I'm just like, here you are, Master Nim.
Yeah,
You were
I'm
almost-
sure he prestidigitations himself like 30 or 40 times.
You were nearly replaced by a bush.
What?
What?
Wait, what now?
Was it at least
One
a
of the
magical
bushes-
bush?
One of the bushes over there had both his coat and the hat perfectly.
Is his coat stretched out a little?
No, not really.
It's just more draped over.
It was just hung over it.
I didn't destroy another pair of clothes.
It's probably all Mike was thinking. It's just like, motherfucker, I had him for a day again.
I had to wear them once.
We need to plug it up.
Nim is like the older sibling whose clothes are harvested by all his younger siblings constantly.
Some fine clothes you got. Be a shame if anything would happen to him.
So that's your guys' morning. What's the plan for today?
I think we have to head to the town with the lance.
Yeah. Probably stop to get a plate of breakfast and
Yeah.
chat about Lil about some of our shenanigans over the night first.
We should also probably have provisions for our trip.
Yep.
I mean, I got good berries. So.
So I haven't done anything towards rations or healing potions or flasks or anything yet.
Yeah, well, he said you had to visit the town before you could do the full expedition into the ether anyway.
Out of curiosity, how excruciating is it for Dis right now with both it being light outside and having a hangover?
It's not as bad as you would think because this place
Artificial
doesn't
light.
have that direct sunlight. It's more that ambient glow. It's not as painful for you as, like, actual
say, that could
sunlight
be-
is.
Potentially incapacitating depending.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, when you're hungover and you go outside and it's bright out, you get that moment of pain regardless of if you're a drow or not, so...
With the oh jeez.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a little bit knife stabbing in your left temple-y.
But still functional and I'm not
Yeah.
demanding.
You're doing okay.
Okay.
Alright, so... I assume you guys go get breakfast. Probably chat with Lil a little bit, who appears to have decided to leave you to your own devices about remembering what happened last night, mostly because that seems to entertain her. She keeps giggling every once in a while just about something you're doing.
Lil, can you fill us in, please?
Oh, I'd like to, dear. I really would, but, no.
Did you see what happened to Nim?
I did. I went out and watered him this morning.
I think Lazarus actually might have to get up and leave.
Is that why he's not hungover?
Maybe. I just went to go make sure he was okay.
Had to be the nutrients.
Oh, wow. So that dragon's breath.
Ah, yes. Speaking of, Master Nim, would you mind coming with Lazarus for a moment?
Sure.
He needs you to fix some of Dis's displacement.
What now?
Oh.
You see, like Lil kind of like has that look like, what are you talking about? And then she remembers, and she's like, oh, yes.
Yes, that.
Wait, what?
How did you manage to hit the symbol pinpoint in the center, Dis?
I'm very accurate with my swings.
There was no swinging involved in this one.
There was a little swinging.
There was the one-turn swing, you know.
There was a little swinging.
Have you ever seen me miss an attack? I still have no idea what he's talking about.
No, not at all.
Would you like to come and see?
It's just more mud. Yeah, sure. Let's see what the damage is.
So you guys go downstairs. Mary is, of course, very happy to see that Nim is not dead. And yeah, Lazarus brings out his brand new clothing that now has this huge urine stain in the middle.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks for that.
well, you probably shouldn't approach somebody in the dark.
That is literally your forte, Master Dis.
Yeah, but I'm expecting to get...
Now, Lazarus, we have multiple packages for cleaning. Do you want the standard rate? Or
Given that it's been sitting here all night, let's do for the premium.
All right, well, we'll need Kenna for that, too. Nim to Kenna.
Canada name?
We need your services down here as well. We got a code P.
I can do that. I'll be there in just a second.
At least it was still a letter.
We've got a code P. Oh, good.
I'll give it a good triple clean.
Nice. Okay.
What would you like it to smell like, Lazarus?
Lavender.
Lavender I can do.
Okay. So, everything's cleaned up. Everybody's had breakfast.
Lila's entertained immensely.
Oh, very much so. You also catch at least once Mary's just kind of like, what happened upstairs? And Lil's just like, I'll tell you later.
We're gonna have like all these rumors and stories about us that we don't even know are out there.
Yep.
The best guy. The best adventure party.
So, you guys are heading to go...
To the town today, I think.
Okay.
I want to chat with Mary and let her know that we're going to be gone for a while.
Okay.
Well, this is the 2 weeks, but we don't know how long it's going to be.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But we need the rations, healing potions, and anything else we need.
Always good berries.
Yeah, but
If you're there,
Yeah, true.
If you get incapacitated or something, then we're kind of boned.
Or heaven forbid, dead.
Don't let me get
Oh,
incapacitated.
yes, and there's one thing Lazarus is very specifically going to go buy in town today.
Okay.
But I have to see whether or not they're even available, or with...
There's no clothing that protects against drought.
I suppose it's been maybe enough time since the sawmill that diamonds have replenished a bit or something.
Probably.
So yeah, I have Revivify now, so I need a diamond.
Okay. Yeah, and you can definitely do that. Whatever gold amount it says it has to be, because I can't inflate that. It says it needs to be a gem of that worth, whatever worth that is, wherever you are.
Okay.
So feel free to mark that one off. You can definitely
Okay.
acquire that now.
Do I remember any diamonds in the shattered pieces of Fabergé eggs?
Not big enough for his purposes.
Yeah.
Because I think it needs
1,000.
to be, what, like 1,000
Probably
gold
not.
worth of diamonds?
Revivify is any assortment of total diamond of 300.
Okay, then potentially, but you'd have to maybe break them off, the shards and stuff.
No one know yet, anyhow.
Yeah, and if it's only 300 and not double the 600, that's fine.
Yeah, we high rollers now. Well, we think we're high rollers.
I have a magic item at some point I would like to acquire. I realized.
Uh-huh.
So, bag of holding.
It is not.
Portable hole. And the bag of holding.
Unmovable.
The
Right?
combination.
Yeah, this would be down to 536.
Okay.
And then we have a revival damage now.
If I could homebrew a spell, I want to homebrew the spell Trebuchet. Can toss, what is it? 200-pound object up to 1,000 feet.
Somebody
90
gonna
kilogram, 300 meters.
Somebody gonna come with the catapult spell? You're gonna get into a huge fight.
I'll win. The
It's just a
inferior
fierce.
sea dragon.
Okay. So, you guys are heading out on the town.
Well, we gotta find Lance, don't we? Or was
Yeah.
Lance gonna meet us here? Or I don't know.
That was the
I
plan.
think he was going to meet us.
I suppose if Lazarus having done all the shopping, he can be the one at the tavern.
Lance just like comes out of the bushes like Homer Simpson.
Just, I heard you guys were looking for me. The same bushes you should.
That's his bush.
That's Skyland's crying.
Aw, don't even.
Yeah, so I guess out on the town. Or,
Yep.
I don't think Dis has anything he needs to shop for either, ever since the clothing.
Uh,
And we're not
if
fencing.
we're
We need some healing potions.
yeah, we should buy some healing potions and some rations, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you guys need one of the list of everything I've grabbed.
Yeah, maybe what I'll do then is instead of just doing like a shopping thing is I'll pause this there. We're getting kind of close to an episode.
Okay.
And then we can figure out what everyone wants to buy and we'll do it that way.
Okay.
Wow, what a cliffhanger. I wonder what's going to happen next time. Seriously, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening in. If you liked what you heard, share us with your friends. If you hated what you heard, share us with your enemies. Seriously, though, like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll find out what happens to Double Doubles and Dragons next time.